Welcome back. We are on day 5 of our gem making, and today, my friends, we're going to be making the black pearl, which feels big and significant and exciting. I don't know what it is about the black pearl in comparison to like the pink pearl or the blue pearl, but there's something so enticing about it. Or maybe actually I do know. Maybe I do know why. The black pearl just has that extra layer of mystery and interest behind it. And maybe the black pearl holds that because of like the Pirates of the Caribbean, right? The Black Pearl. That really cool ship. And speaking of, since we were talking about the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean, if anybody happens to know, do you know who is in fact Jack Sparrow, who is in Pirates of the Caribbean? Do you guys know who that is? If not, let me tell you. He's an amazing actor. His name is Johnny Depp. This guy. This is Captain Jack Sparrow. Fabulous actor. He's in a whole bunch of different stuff. And let's just say I know that he's a fabulous actor because maybe I may have met him in real life. What? Yep, that's me. I know right now you're like, that could be anyone, Mrs. Stinson. How do we know that's you? Well, this is how we know it's me. See? That's me! So, anyway, really cool. When I was in college, they actually filmed a movie where I went to college, and you could like line up to, there's like a meet and greet session happening, and so I went and I brought my little puppy. You can see my puppy in the picture. His name was Zeus, and I think he was like 10 weeks old or something like that. The movie was Public Enemies, and it was in Oshkosh, and as it turns out, Johnny Depp loves dogs, and so I had my little puppy with me, and so as soon as he saw my dog, you can see he was like oh. And anyway, had to share that, my little claim to fame when it comes to the Black Pearl, which is maybe one more reason why this one in particular is extra fun for me. Anyway, we should probably get to it. Let's get to our Black Pearl, shall we? So, first and foremost, let's get our colors in order. We are going to need pink, yellow, green, black, and that lighter blush pink, so kind of like a peachy pink. So these are the colors. Once again, I'll hold it up so you can see a little better. These are the colors we're going to need, and you can probably see here too that our black pearl, although we call it a black pearl, it is going to involve many other colors than just the black in it. I mean, yeah, it could just be black, and I guess you could leave some white for the shiny bits, but it would end up looking pretty flat, pretty boring if we had it that way, which is why we add in all these other colors. So let's just do another quick, making sure we've got them all. Pink, yellow, green. We want to have black, of course, and blush pink, so that really nice light pink. Those are going to be the ones that we are looking for. So let's go ahead, get out your piece of paper, and let's get to it. You guys know my first step is always to kind of circle out where that highlight is going to be. So we're going to keep that there. And I always like to start with those lighter colors first. Coming with my pressure really light, my hand way at the back of the pencil. And once again, I'm just kind of going around that highlighted area. Bringing in my next lightest color, my blush pink. And once again, right now I'm just kind of circling around that highlighted area. If I want to have a little more direction, I should mention over my, like exactly where it's hitting. I can come a little closer too. So that's what that's looking like so far. very light. Actually, right now it's looking very similar to that pink pearl, isn't it? Let's start bringing in some green. So now I'm just kind of, once again, bringing it up and around. And there is no like, oh, it needs to go exactly, you know, to like the 1 o'clock, if we were to pretend this was a clock. You know, there isn't any of that. It's just kind of like taking it around, making it look, you know, a little more dark in some areas, lighter in others, making sure to leave some of those highlights. Those highlights are really what's going to give it that that look of shininess. Coming in with my darker pink, add a touch of that up around here. I'm adding a little more pressure with it now. Coming up over on this side. And remember too, part of the reason why it's not like there's an exact science to where each color is on here. I mean, obviously we want it to be lighter kind of around that highlight area and darker as it gets further away. But every pearl is going to be different. You know, it's all going to have different sheens and different colors kind of poking through in different areas. Now is where we bring in our black. Here's what that's looking like so far, just so you can see it. There's no black in here yet. But here's where we're about to bring it in. Very light pressure when we're using the black, okay? Black is the strongest, most pigmented color that we have, which means it can very easily overpower some of these other colors. So we have to be real careful and gentle with it. Don't let it overpower. I mean, it is a black pearl, but once again, we want to see some of that visual interest we just created with some of those other colors. And remember, it's a building process, so we can always add more to it. I mean, I suppose with our kneaded eraser, we can also take away, but it is easier to add to than it is to take away. It's looking pretty cool. We're getting there. I might want to add, I feel like it's not warm enough down at the bottom. Add a little yellow to warm it up down here a bit. Maybe a little bit of that blush pink, that kind of peachy pink. Add some of that down here. And I do feel like my highlight is still maybe a little too overwhelming, like a little too big. So I want to bring that in a little bit with some of my lighter colors, especially some of that green maybe. And then of course this is where you can kind of play around if you want to add in using your blending stump. Once again, don't overdo it because it'll start to get muddy looking if you do it too much. Maybe I want to clean up some edges with my kneaded eraser or pull out some highlights by kind of picking that up. But go ahead and play around with that a little bit. And our goal is to have a black pearl. Maybe it looks something like this. Maybe it looks something like that. Once again, they're all going to look a little bit different. But that's reality, isn't it? They'd all look a little different in real life as well. And then, of course, once we're done with that, we do want to get to the last few steps. If you haven't already gotten there, we want to get to the last few steps on our gem as well. So let's get to that. We're going to be scrolling way down to the final slides. If you've already completed this and you want to start another one in a different color or something, remember you can always do that too. So coming back to the last couple slides. So I'm noticing on this slide, so I'm going to be doing this one right here. And this one really kind of just has my darker two colors in it. The reddish color, and it looks like quite a bit of pressure on this one too. So the reddish raspberry pink as well as the purple, but it looks like it's mostly that raspberry pink. Raspberry red, raspberry pink, I don't know. I feel like my wording for it changes almost daily, so whatever you think. Okay, get some of that darker purple down here. Remember, I kind of added that in on, oh, what was that? I don't know, day 3 maybe? I decided that the lilac wasn't quite enough oomph for me. although I am adding some of that in to help blend at the moment. And of course, as we're blending, if you want to turn your paper different ways to kind of help make it less liney looking, make it all flow a little bit better, you can do that. Going in one direction and then the next, although I can kind of see that dividing line there. Don't know if I like that. Maybe I come in with my blending stump and kind of help blend and erase some of that. That's looking a little bit better. I might still come in and play, like, especially you can see I never actually finished that after last class. But anyway, now this one down over here is going to be primarily my purple with a little bit of red in it. I'm actually going to start with my lilac, my lighter purple on this one, and define those edges. And once again, you may be using totally different colors. That's cool. That's good too. I'm just working with the colors that I picked out for mine. Well, once again, you know, here's kind of a lighter version of what I've done before, or in this one. Here's a green version of that. So you pick the colors you want. It's all good. All right. I've got my lilac. Let's get some more purple. Actually, no, I'm going to need some more lilac. I can already tell. So I'm going to bring this darker around the edges, but then I want some more lilac in the middle before it meets the reddish color. So let's just get that filled in too. In fact, I'm going to color the whole thing in, and we'll come over with my raspberry over the top, like so. Ooh, it's getting there. It definitely needs some more blending, but we're getting closer. And I'm definitely going to want to touch up some of these like this. I don't know if I really care for how much I can see like where the line ends. So maybe I'd come in, you know, kind of clean that up a little bit. This is still just our practice one, but guess what? We are getting to the real deal very shortly. So having this practice will definitely show through. It'll shine. Pun intended, it'll shine through when it comes to your actual gem. You're going to get to choose the color of that first gem. You're going to get to choose the shape of it. So just know all that's coming your way. Start thinking about it. What do you want? Do you want like your birthstone, or maybe just your favorite gemstone, maybe your favorite color? Maybe it's a gift for somebody else and you're going to make it with their birthstone. Just start thinking about those things. We're kind of getting towards the tail end of our brainstorming portion of this project, and we're ready to start the final thing that's going to be turned in. Anyway, like I said, I would probably, you know, make this a little bit more intense. I'd probably make the colors pop a bit more yet, but you get the basics of it. I'd also probably maybe do a little bit more blending and making sure everything just has that really nice, like, where we can't see where one color ends and the next begins, like, have everything kind of merge together nicely. So, like, I don't want this. I do want this. All right? So have fun with yours. Make sure you're taking a picture of your pearl sheet. This is going to go into your art journal. Okay? So photograph that. Get it into your art journal before you lose it or before anything bad happens to it. And I will see you again next time.